And okay, our next guest is the Queen, founder and CEO of NetworkingPhoenix.com, Gelie. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
As we were just chatting, I was so surprised. You've been doing this for 2 years and you are already so successful at what you do. Do you attribute that to networking?
Thank you. I attribute it to networking, but also a lot of hard work and sleepless nights. But absolutely, networking is something I'm very passionate about. And so when I discovered that I'm good at networking, it was really more of a hobby that I was like, wow, I love doing this. How do I turn this into a business and quit my job? And that's exactly what I did. I just, by process of learning of what to do next, just decided it'd be time to quit my job and start this as a business.
But you really started this at 8 years old when you moved to the United States with your family from the Soviet Union. No one spoke English and you had to figure out how to communicate with doctors' offices and such to help your family.
That's true. We were refugees, actually, and we were the very first Russian Jewish family in Arizona. So there wasn't a lot of support and help, and I just really was thrown into a bunch of adult roles. It was very necessary. And so very quickly I got over hurdles of being afraid, which I think is our biggest hurdle in life, of the unknown. We don't know what's going to happen if I, quit my job, or I don't know what's going to happen if I make a career move. But I just grew up taking chances and talking to a lot of strangers from a very young age, and I think that's why networking comes so naturally to me, because I had to network. When I was in school and I needed somebody to help me with my term papers, my parents couldn't help me write that paper, so I would have to network to find either teachers or older siblings or somebody to help me with what I needed.
But do you still feel fear? I think we all feel fear. Do you just do it anyway?
Yes. I don't think we ever stop feeling fear, but it's a very natural feeling, but it's how you handle it, right? So if you can take that fear and make it positive, and I don't take crazy risks. I'll take calculated risks, but risks are risks. You really never know. But I also know that I can depend on myself, and this is something I learned about myself. This was my journey. Is am I going to let myself fail? And the thing is that even if I do fail, I don't look at it as fail. It's a lesson. So really, in my head, I say, there's nothing to be afraid of. If it doesn't work out the way you thought, you'll try something else, or maybe it'll work out for the better. You never really know.
It's kind of like sales. If you don't ask, you don't know. And if they say no, they say no.
Right.
A little bit of a numbers game, too.
And there are do's and don'ts to networking, right?
Oh, absolutely.
What are some of the do's?
Well, it's very important that you understand what networking is before you even understand the do's. And I think a lot of people don't quite understand networking in the way it is. And they'll show up to a networking event and they'll walk around the room and they'll hand out their business cards and they'll be like, okay, well, I networked, that's it for the night, and maybe I'll come back the next month.
That's how most of us do it.
Right.
Give out our card to so many people.
Well, and that's what I was telling her. I'm like, I have to be honest, Gelie, that I haven't had a lot of success when I've gone to these things.
Right.
So I know firsthand, obviously, just talking to you, that I'm not doing this correctly.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's not called networking. That's called really bad promoting.
Okay.
Right? No,
I'll make a note of that.
promoting. Because the thing is, why would somebody do business with you? They're going to do business with you if they know you, like you, and trust you. They're not going to do business with your business card.
Right.
And not to mention, most people think most entrepreneurs think they can get really creative and create their own business card, and it looks really tacky. And then, that's just not a good impression, especially if you don't know the person behind the business card. So when you're networking, it's really important to remember that you're really looking for friends. You're making friends. Why is somebody going to help you? Because they like you. So you're looking for that connection. You're looking for commonality and likability. In a room full of strangers, if you come up to somebody and find that you actually have something in common, it could be something very small, like perhaps you might be wearing the same color shirt.
Right.
And that sounds silly, but like I said, in a room full of strangers where everybody's awkward, you now have a connection, and you can build on that connection until it turns into a relationship. You're not going to walk into a room to a networking event and all of a sudden have a relationship evolve.
So really be specific in who you make your connections with and who you give your card to.
Yes. So some of the do's. So when you do walk into a networking event, you definitely want to arrive there early. The reason you want to do that is because you want to meet the organizers, and you want to tell them who you are, perhaps ask them to introduce you to the right people. So you're not kind of lost.
Right, and wasting your time.
Exactly.
Okay.
And also, as everybody's coming in, guess who they're gonna
Go to the event organizer.
Well, they're also going to form circles around you because you're one of the first ones there.
Got it.
If you walk into a networking event in the middle of the event, you know what happens? Now everybody's in their little huddles,
Right.
and now you feel like, oh, everyone's already made their friends, and you feel awkward because you have to walk into someone's conversation, break up the conversation, and introduce yourself.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think it's so hard to remember people's names when you're meeting so many people, yet it's so nice when someone does remember your name. Do you
Yes.
suggest that people wear name tags even if they're not giving them out at the networking event?
Name tags are amazing, and I should have brought mine, but I actually have this little name tag, and I bought it for $4, right? This was not a huge investment. I printed out my name in my own printer, cut it in, stuck it in there, but it looks very professional, and I take it with me everywhere, and you wear it right on the hand that you shake, and because even if you go to the event and they give you sticky ones, they end up in your hair,
Yes.
right? And not
You
everybody.
never put it on the right side, the wrong side, right.
And not everyone, but the thing is, besides it and not ending up in your hair, you just look professional, more professional when you have a name tag that is clear to read because it's printed, right? It's not handwritten. You can promote your business any way you'd like to. So definitely name tags help.
Well, and talking about promoting businesses, don't you have a big event coming up here, January 27th? And this
Yes.
is huge.
Yes.
Fill us in on this.
Yes, no, absolutely. So before I tell you what this event is, I'm going to give you just a very quick brief history. I decided to have a lunch party about 2 years ago, and I reserved the space for 125 people, and over 500 showed up.
Oh my goodness.
So
Congratulations.
thank you. But I was like, okay, we're on to something. And ever since we've been having the signature event, we are expecting 1,500 networkers at this one. These are all business owners, entrepreneurs, and professionals. And it is a big mix and mingle format, meaning you're going to walk into the room and you're going to walk around and talk to people. So get there early.
Where's it taking place?
At the Fairmont Scottsdale Princess Resort.
Is there a cost?
No, it's free.
It's free.
It's free,
It's
yes.
free. Hear that? It's free. So you need to go. I think we should.
I think we'll be there. Thank you so much. Gelie Atkins-Built, founder and CEO of NetworkingPhoenix.com. Thank you. We're looking forward to the event January 27th at the Scottsdale Princess. For more information, you can just go to our website or Gelie's website and get more information on that. We'll be right back after the break.